These are two phones that in theory should be really similar, the LG Velvet and the Realme X3 Super Zoom. They are both of the same category. Both of them can basically be called almost Android flagships. Both of them fall in the same price range. However, there is so much of difference between them. The specs, build quality, the design element, everything is different. It's as if these phones were actually meant to be very different from each other as much as possible. So in this video, these two serve as the perfect example to tell you how phone makers actually choose their specs and why two phones of the same price category are so different. Hey guys, this is Eradication and let's get started with today's video. If you put the spec sheets of both of these phones side by side, you'll see virtually there's no overlap. But when you see these right by side, this one has a 120Hz LCD while the LG has a curved 60Hz OLED display. The Realme focuses on a hole-punch dual selfie camera while the LG just has a single notch cutout. The Realme has a side-mounted fingerprint reader while the LG has a built-in fingerprint reader. The LG features waterproofing audio jack, stereo speaker, micro SD card and a wireless charging while the Realme has none of them. But the Realme has a periscope camera which the LG doesn't. The Realme has better and faster RAM and storage, and it also features with the latest 855 Plus processor while the LG still has the older 765. Obviously none of them have the flagship 865 because Qualcomm has just made it so overpriced. Visually there is actually no overlap between these two devices, but what you don't see, the companies do. There are different audiences and there are different selling points for both of these phones, which is exactly what makes them so different from each other. Let me explain. We'll start with the Realme first. So the Realme has a different audience and a selling point. We all know that they sell mainly their phones only and only online. And Realme has three major steps which we have been able to decode from the way that they sell. So the first thing that Realme needs is attention. How do you grab a tech enthusiast's attention? Well, with mild numbers. Realme features a periscope camera with about 250 times zoom. They have a 120Hz refresh rate for a price which is not even half of the competition. And well, that will do the trick. The people who follow tech closely will indeed read these mild numbers, and these mild numbers are sure to make the headlines. The second thing that Realme needs is first impressions. The first thing that a tech enthusiast checks in a phone, of course, is the specs. We can't touch or try a phone ourselves online, so we use numbers to decide if the phone is even worth our time. And Realme knows that. So their processor, the amount of speed and memory, this charging speed, the number and resolution of the camera, basically anything that you can attach a number to, they make sure that they have the best. On to step 3 then, where the customer actually goes online to see the reviews and the impressions of people who actually have this phone. Best is on YouTube. And Realme has made sure that their phones make a positive reaction here as well. And they've also made sure that all of the things look amazing on camera. The periscope camera, which is a specialty of the Realme X3, can be shown visually and works fine on videos. They've also made sure that all of the numbers and all of the things that a reviewer can actually measure, like the benchmarks, the battery charging, the battery test, the general performance, is all very well, even in any sort of reviews that they receive. Basically, Realme has played an online monopoly and they've made sure that this phone looks great even on their website, in any sorts of reviews, and anywhere online where a customer can't actually see and hold the phone. And this is exactly what a tech enthusiast is doing right now, and they go ahead and well, make a purchase of the phone because of the specs that they like online. So well, you might be wondering, this phone is great, but what's the caveat? Well, what do you think the Realme X3 is made of? When I saw it, thought it was made of glass and metal, but turns out it is all plastic. The plastic is high quality, but it is plastic, and plastic is plastic. And this shows us something about Realme. Realme's main target is to make sure that the people don't actually touch, see, hear or feel the phone in their hands. Also, the online reviews that they watch, in those reviews it is very hard to actually convey to a watcher or how the phone feels, how the phone looks, how the phone actually is through a video. And that is where Realme's caveat lies. The moment you hold the Realme X3 in your hand with, like, say, an LG Velvet, you can clearly see the lack of build quality and material thickness. The Realme feels cheap. Its haptic engine, the buttons, the way that the buttons work, the way that the phone's weight is distributed, it just doesn't feel right. It feels very, very cheap. The screen's brightness also, and the way that the screen is actually designed, the way that the phone actually feels in your hand, it's just very weird and very cheap looking. So it is pretty clear that Realme had to cut these sorts of build and material caveats in order to make those crazy numbers possible. And in my perspective, this actually makes whole sense, because these are the corners, these corners, the ones that they've cut, the ones that Realme has cut, are really the only ones that the people will feel when they actually take a phone in their hands, which is, well, after the purchase. So Realme has basically done their job of selling their phone to you. On the other hand, the LG Velvet had a completely opposite audience. LG isn't focusing on tech enthusiasts, but on regular people walking into a physical store. LG wanted to make a phone that these people buy. They didn't want to shout out with big numbers, but they wanted to make a wildly different phone from Redmi. LG's task, LG's challenge really was, because LG only sells offline in physical stores. LG's task or LG's challenge was actually to make a phone that stands out. They wanted the customer to look at their phone in a physical store and pick it up against all of the other phones in a display. And in my perspective, in that regard, they've done it. Now, LG's sales process starts off very differently when compared to Realme's. LG's stands out. When people go to a store and they pick up an LG phone, the things that they're looking at aren't those big numbers. They look at the other LG accessories along with the other colors of the phone. And personally, some of the LG colors on the LG Velvet look amazing. I personally got to check out the black version, don't know why, but this color looks amazing. It's just so eye-catching, and I'm pretty sure that a customer, once they see it, it will definitely stand out and a person would definitely be attracted towards it. And this is what makes it come out of a normal store and into a universe of LG itself. Really, LG's motive is fulfilled because of the kind of attraction that they have, because the kind of things that we look for when we go into a physical store offline in your city is wildly different from what you expect and what the things stand out online. We actually touch, we hear, we feel, we actually use LG devices, and once we like even one of them, I'm pretty sure that they overpower us and they definitely make us blind of any sorts of specs or other details, and these are the things that can really make a phone stand out. And I gotta hand it to LG. The Velvet is by far the most polished and premium device that I've ever seen from LG. Obviously, it doesn't seem like $1,000 Apple or Samsung flagship, but the corners, the rounded edges, the kind of finishes that they've got, all of them really stand out quite a fair bit. The buttons actually feel great. The phone is 22 grams lighter than the Realme phone, even despite being bigger, having a bigger screen, and housing a bigger 4500 mAh battery. This might not be a 120Hz refresh rate screen, so it might not stand out on the numbers as the Realme does, but in reality, after holding the phone, I definitely feel that the screen is much brighter, the resolution is just better on the screen compared to the Realme. And every other detail of this phone feels amazing. The build quality is amazing. The dual firing speaker definitely feel much better than the single mono speakers on the Realme. The LG also has done a very good job in making the software, and it just is better than the Realme. But I think everything from the always on display to these beautiful lock screen wallpapers that keep switching between the custom-made wallpapers that LG has given really do stand out. I think these are the only things that make a customer go into the shop, pick up the phone for the first time, go, oh wow, I like that and I want that. And that's exactly what LG's aim is. This sort of sales process to work, LG has to impress the customer on the first glance, and it has to impress the customer the moment they pick up the phone. Everything from the first hold in your hand, everything from the first lock screen, the first unlock, the first scroll, the first tap, LG has to impress you. And everything from the slower processor, the 6 gigs of RAM, which is slightly less, and the slower storage is the corners that LG basically had to cut. So when we look at the conclusion of this video, both of these phones are made for basically the same price point, but their selling audience, the way that they sell it, is completely different. Realme talks numbers, they don't talk build quality or material, while as LG capitalizes on that and makes a good build quality and a better feeling phone while compromising a little bit on the numbers and the specs. And I think Realme has really understood its field and has been doing this quite consistently over the past years and years since they've been there. But I think the LG Velvet is probably the first LG phone which has really been able to nail this thing that LG has really been going for. So that was it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, do hit that like button. If you want to see more tech content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. This is Eradication signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video.